Hello children. In previous class you learn about sea waves, you learn about tsunami. In today's class we will cover these two topics, tides and ocean currents. So first let us see what is tide. It is given on page number 25. Okay. Now first thing, what is tide? A regular change in the level of sea caused by moon and sun. The rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called tide. You can underline this definition, it is given in your textbook. Means it is a regular rise and fall, regular change in the level of sea, and it is caused by moon and sun. It is high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level, and it is low tide when water falls to its lowest level and recedes from the shore. Right, here they are explaining two types of tide, actually total four types of tide: high tide, low tide, neap tide and spring tide. But here you can see two types of tides. High tide, what is high tide? When water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level. When sea waves, it rises at very high level and it covers most of the shore part. This is called high tide. And opposite to it, when it is low tide, when water falls to its lowest level and recedes, it go back to the sea, recedes from the shore and go back to sea. So that is called low tides. Hope children this is clear to you. Here, as I told you, that regular changes in level of sea and the reason of tide is moon and sun. At high tide, the sea is closer to the land. At low tide, it farther away, the more of the beach can be seen. Now the question is, how are tide caused, right? What is the main reason? The strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth. You know all this. You already learn in science also that there is a always strong gravitational pull from sun and from moon on earth surface. And because of that we are having this weather and we are having all this phenomena around us, atmospheric phenomena. So gravity is one of major force that create tides. In 1687, Sir Isaac Newton explained that ocean tide results from the gravitational attraction of the sun and the moon on the ocean of the earth. Here it is written, the water of the earth closer to the moon get pulled under the influence of the moon's gravitational force and causes high tides. Right, now you understand what I was explaining in that previous paragraph. Water of the earth closest to the moon gets pulled. Whatever the water, when it closes to the moon, it gets pulled under the influence of the moon's gravitational force, and then it causes high tide. During the full moon day and new moon day, what happened? The sun, the moon and the earth are in the same line and the tides are very high, at the highest. These tides are called spring tide. You can see here in this picture, spring tide. During the full moon day and new moon day, sun, earth and moon come in a straight line. Right, here in this first picture also you can see, and in second also you can see sun, earth and moon. So this cause spring tide. Okay. These tides are called spring tides, but when the moon is in its first and the last quarter, right? You already learned about the movement of moon. So when moon is in first and the last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by the gravitational pull. Here you can see, right? Sun, earth and moon is in a other direction diagonally, right? It may be upside or it can be down. But when the moon is in the first and the last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by the gravitational pull of sun and moon, resulting in low tides. These tides are called neap tides. Right? Again you can see in this picture It can be this side or moon can be on the other side also, but diagonally and gravitational pull of sun and moon, right, recede all the water, it is called neap tide. Now in this paragraph they are explaining us the effect of the tides. Can you tell me any one effect? Have you heard about tidal energy? Yes, tidal energy is we can get from this high tide and low tide only. This is very important use of it. Tides are caused by the magnetic pull of the moon and sun on the planet, and they occur in regular cycles that can be predicted, right? And individually who lives and work on the seas and oceans studies the tides and learn to predict their movement and their effect. And it is very fascinating when you continuously see all this type of tides, deep tide, spring tide, high tide, low tide, then you started studying it and you started experiencing their effect also. High tide help in navigation. They raise the water level close to the shores. This helps the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. Due to high tide, water level will be high, and because of water level high, ships can easily come to the shore. High tide also help in fishing. Many more fishes come closer to the shore during the high tide. When there is a high tide, it carries lots of fish to the shore. This enables fishermen to get plenty full of catches. The rise and fall of water due to tides is being used to generate electricity in some places also, right? Overall, all this effect we can divide like this: fishing. Fishing may be concentrated during ebb tides. Commercial fishermen follow the tides and they learn how to see this tide, and they learn to fish during level of the highest concentration to improve their economic investment and to make more efficient use of their time. Recreational fishermen may also fish during high tides because the concentration of the smaller fish attract the larger trophy fish. Tides affect other aspects of oceanic life, including the reproductive activities of fish and ocean plants. Floating plants and animals ride the tidal currents between the breeding areas. Another effect, if we see the tidal zone, food, crab, mussels, snails, seaweeds, and other edible sea life inhabited in the tidal zone. Navigation. Tides affect the depth and current in the around coastal area. Ships may need to navigate the water during high tide in some areas or risk running around. Pilots take into consideration the water level without channels and direction of the water flow to determine the best time to travel. Tidal flows can also help to impact the progress of ship in the water. Tides and tidal currents affect the weather by stirring the ocean water. So these were the effects of tides. Last topic of this chapter is ocean current. What is the ocean current? Ocean currents are stream of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in definite direction, right? From very first paragraph of this ocean circulation, we are learning that there is always fascinating, always movement in water, right? So when this flowing constantly in a same definite direction, this is called ocean current. The ocean current may be warm or cold. You must have heard about warm current, cold current. Generally, the warm ocean currents originate near the equator and move towards the pole as water is continuously flowing, right? So when water moves from equator to poles, they are warm current. The cold current carry water from polar to higher latitude to tropical or lower latitude. Opposite to that warm current, from that cold areas it will move to the hot area. The Labrador Ocean current is cold current, while the Gulf Stream is an example of warm current. The ocean current influences the temperature condition of the area, right? Suppose if it is a warm current, it also influences the temperature, it will increase the temperature, and if it is cold current, in that area there will be cold. Warm currents bring about warm temperature over land surface. The areas where the warm and cold current meet provide the best fishing ground for the fishermen. Here this is the map of ocean current. Here you can see this arrow, right? Continuously you can see this sea water is moving from polar region to, here you can see from polar region to tropical and temperate area. Here you can see from this red is showing warm current and blue is showing cold current, right? Both it is continuous process. It is not in a particular weather, particular season, particular month. It is a continuously moving from cold to hot area, hot or warm area to cold area. Okay. So when this area, when the areas where the warm and cold, here you can see some area it will be where warm, and see here, suppose if I give you example of Gulf Stream and Canadian Sea, here you can see, even here also you can see the area when this warm current and cold current meet, it gives the ideal area for the fishing. Seas around Japan and the eastern coast of North America are such examples. The areas where warm and cold current meet also experience foggy. Foggy means because of this water is cooling down and water is warming up easily. So it will create fog, and in that fog area it is very difficult for navigation. So both the effects are there. Positive effect that it is very good for fishing, and negative that it is harmful in that sailing and for shipping. Okay, so this was the explanation given according to your book. An ocean current is a continuous and directed movement of sea water generated by a number of force acting upon the water. Right, here they have not given reason why ocean current generated, but there are a number of reasons. First reason is always wind. The second is we can see Coriolis effect, breaking waves, cabling, and temperature is also one of the reasons. Salinity differences of different sea level, that is also reason. Depth contours, these are the reasons when reason due to that ocean currents happen. Ocean currents are primarily horizontal water movement. Ocean circulation is the large scale movement of water in the ocean basins, and wind drives surface circulation, and the cooling and sinking of water in the polar region drive deep circulation. Surface circulations carries the warm upper water poleward from the tropics, that I already explained you, from polar to tropics or towards the equator, and from equator to polar. Hope children you got it properly. Okay, so I will attach a video related to it with it. Please watch it, keep learning all these things. And a good news for you all that we have completed our syllabus of geography till chapter 5 it was. So today I am completing this chapter 5. Tomorrow I will give you tomorrow's video lesson. I will give you question answers of this chapter, and if any other important thing will be there, then I will explain you in video. Okay, then we will start revision. Okay children, keep learning, keep watching all the videos, right? You can watch all the videos at any time. You can download also on ERP also, from your ERP also you can download, you can from YouTube also you can download, but please keep watching all the videos. It will give you lots of knowledge and learning of your subject. Clear all your doubts. We will meet again in next lesson and in live class. See you children.
すげえすげえすげえすげえだなやっぱ車あそこ大なんでは一番浅いから立てろ